everyone, welcome. You're watching Money Control. Today marks 2 years since outbreak of Israel-Gaza conflict, a war that has claimed thousands of lives and left a region in crisis. Here is a timeline of the key events that have shaped the ongoing tragedy. It all began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas launched a shocking attack on southern Israel, claiming over 1,200 people's lives and taking more than 250 hostages. Israel responded with airstrike and a blockade on Gaza, where local officials reported hundreds of dead in first few days.
Citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation or in fighting rounds, but at war. This morning, Hamas launched a murderous surprise attack against the state of Israel and its citizens.
Where is my son? I want to know his fate. There is fire in my heart. If he was buried and they tell us he is buried, it would be easier on me than not knowing. We want to know.
We are concentrating an offensive effort in Gaza City, which will continue as long as necessary, according to an orderly and developing plan, until the goals of the war are achieved. Now we hold large parts of the territories of Gaza City. This is after intense actions by the IDF in recent weeks in the neighborhoods of Al Zaytun, Sheikh Radwan, and Jabalia.
By November 2023, Israel's ground offensive in Gaza intensified, targeting Hamas and devastating neighborhoods. Gaza's health ministry reported over 10,000 deaths, displaced Palestinian fleet south crowding into shelters as rocket fire continued to threaten Israel's border towns.
After October 7th, we need a comprehensive national assessment with the participation of all the Palestinians. I am not saying that Israel and the Israeli occupation are responsible for the Nakba. It must be a comprehensive and responsible national dialogue with boldness, and let us confront ourselves with honesty, responsibility, and without hesitation. No one is above criticism, and no one is above accountability. There is no flattery when it comes to the issue of Palestine and the future of the Palestinian people. This blood is the blood of our children. No one is above accountability, and no one is perfect. There must be a comprehensive Palestinian national assessment on all that has happened and on what will happen in the future. Our project is a national Palestinian project that aims to end the occupation in our country and to establish our independent state according to international law.
We are absolutely focused on getting hostages back and getting them back to their families in safety. And we believe that, among other things, a humanitarian pause could help that effort, could facilitate it. It's one of the reasons why we're focused on it. But regardless, our determination to get people back is manifested every single day in our efforts to do just that.
The war continues in full force in northern and southern Gaza in order to reach all of its objectives, to eliminate Hamas, to return all of our hostages, and to promise that Gaza would not return to be a threat on Israel. Today, another shipment will arrive. In fact, it has already arrived, of ammunition important to the continuation of the war. I thank President Biden, who I've spoken to 2 days ago, for the U.S. as firm and just stance in the UN Security Council, and also for the material aid the U.S. is giving to the Israeli Defense Forces.
In January 2024, the United Nations sounded the alarm on a humanitarian crisis. Hospitals were overwhelmed and food-water shortages sparked fears of famine. A brief ceasefire allowed some aid but collapsed quickly, reigniting friends fighting.
The houses are destroyed. Almost 70% of houses in Gaza Strip were destroyed. Where will we go when we return to Gaza City? Where are we going to stay? All our homes are destroyed. We lost our homes, markets, universities, organizations. Everything we have is in Gaza. Without Gaza, We don't have lives. If we go back to Gaza City, we will put up a tent. Is it our destiny to be displaced? Displaced in 1948 and now again in 2024?
By June 2024, the conflict started spreading fast. Hezbollah in Lebanon crashed with Israel, raising fear of a wider war. Gaza's death toll climbed past 25,000 with 1.5 million displaced. Protests worldwide demanded peace, but ceasefire talks flattered. At the one-year mark in October 2024, the war showed no end. Gaza's death toll reached 35,000 and Israel faced protests over hostage still held. Talks in Cairo stalled over demand for hostage release and Israeli withdrawal. This March, the UN reported 1.9 million displaced in Gaza with 80% of infrastructure gone. Starvation loomed as aid remained limited. Now in October 2025, the death toll exceeded 41,000. Hostage talks are deadlocked and both sides brace for more fighting.
Brothers, at these moments, we feel nothing but divine grace. But by God, brothers, as much as the pain of parting with my son, my companion, my office manager, and the young men around me, as much as this pain, which is a natural pain that comes from a human being, we are not made of iron or stone. We mourn our martyrs, we mourn our families, and we mourn our brothers. But believe me, brothers, in this entire past period, I have forgotten it, the death of his son, from what I have seen of my people. I have forgotten from what I see every day of killing, oppression, assassinations and destruction in Gaza. These scenes make me forget the pain of parting with my loved ones, my brothers and so on, because I feel that all of these are equal to my children. I do not differentiate between my sons Hammam, Jihad, Abdullah, Ahmed and Momen. I do not differentiate between them and any Palestinian child in Gaza killed by the occupation, because all of them died as a result of the occupation's crimes. But we ask God Almighty that their blood be a path to victory, a path to Jerusalem, a path to shame this occupation and its repulsion, God Almighty willing, and a path to the glory and victory of the nation, and that the nation will return once again to raise its flags, God willing.
Palestinians have suffered an inordinate amount of everything from humanitarian pain and pressure, death, loss, famine, but also uncertainty in Gaza and in the West Bank that will have consequences not just in the immediate, but over a generation, if not two, where the trauma of this past 2 years will certainly be carried forward across society and within families that have experienced such profound loss, with over 60,000 deaths currently reported, and certainly those numbers are higher when this war comes to an end. There will be a reckoning for really what happened.
I have a clear message for those leaders who recognize a Palestinian state after the horrific massacre on October 7. You are giving a huge reward to terrorism. And I have another message for you. It will not happen. A Palestinian state will not be established west of the Jordan River. For years, I've prevented the establishment of this terrorist state, despite tremendous pressure both domestically and internationally. We did this with determination, and we did it with diplomatic wisdom. Moreover, we doubled Jewish settlement in Judea and Samaria, and we will continue on this path. The response to the latest attempt to impose a terrorist state in the heart of our land will be given after my return from the United States. Wait for it.
No, it's not true. He's been very positive. He's been very positive on the deal. Everybody is. I think every nation is. We have just about every nation working on this deal and trying to get it done. Something that you could say 3,000 years if you look at it in certain ways, or you could say centuries, but this is a deal that incredibly everyone just came together. They all came together. No, Israel's been great. They've all been good, Caitlin.
2 years on, the people of Israel and Gaza now waits for peace amid unimaginable loss. The world watches urging a resolution to end this heartbreak. We'll bring you more updates on this as Egypt's story unfolds. For more global stories, keep watching Money Control.